The news hit me with an unexpected punch. Moonlight Hoops might be canceled. For as long as I've been in Columbia, there's always been Moonlight Hoops in the summer. As one of the few sports events that happens here, it's something that people look forward to. From what I've seen, Moonlight Hoops attracts big crowds at Douglas Park in Columbia's First Ward. Hundreds of kids show up to play a run-and-gun style of street ball. The games give players something to do, hopefully helping to keep them out of trouble with drugs and crime. Through the games, a new temporary community appears, made up of parents, girlfriends, and younger players who all come to watch. Douglas Park is alive with activity on Hoops Night. As a journalist, though, we normally don't get personally involved in our stories, but we're also residents of the communities we cover. When I found that the only thing standing in the way was a lack of coaches, I thought, sign me up. The woman on the other end of the phone didn't even bother to ask if I had any experience. And just like that, I became a basketball coach. I'd assumed I'd just be a name on a piece of paper, but it wasn't that easy. When I arrived at the courts, I realized just how much of a community there is at Douglas Park. From the group that gathers in the shelter every day, to the kids at the pool, to the guys on the court, they are a community. And I felt like an outsider. But I grabbed my roster and got to work handing out the numbered white t-shirts. As the first game started, a wave of panic hit me. I hadn't put nearly enough thought into this idea of being a coach. Though I've played basketball and watched a ton of it, teaching it to young men was, well, a whole nother ballgame. The question for me now was, do I step up or do I step aside? The guys all knew each other from school, the neighborhood, and these courts. They already had a lot of cohesion. It seemed like I could just stand back and watch, putting in subs for tired or ineffective players. Being a coach wasn't going to be hard after all, in name only. But I realized there was potential for so much more from me. In the Black community, basketball is not just for fun. It is a pathway to a college education and maybe a pro career. A good basketball player can pave their way to success. But to get there, they need not only raw talent, but also discipline and structure. I may not know more than pick and roll when it comes to basketball, but I can help bring out some of that potential for leadership and help teach them about working together as a team. Uncertain at first, I decided to be more involved, to actually be a coach. In our next game, I talked to the players about driving to the basket instead of taking that long outside shot. I yelled to them,
"Need a good shot, guys. We need the points. Work it in."
I watched the game differently, looking for the ways the team could perform better. With every good play, with every layup, with every bad pass, I became a part of this team. After our second game, I felt like more than just a coach in name. I am finding a place with this group of 17-year-olds. I'm feeling like a part of this long-established Douglas Park community. I am now a basketball coach.